Welcome to the Not a Resolution, a Rerouting 2026 Self-Guided Workshop. Happy New Year, everybody. Seeds, thank you for being here. If you're watching this, I already know something about you. Oh yeah, you're ready for something different than New Year, New Me. You don't just want another resolution. You want real change. And that change starts right here. So let's be honest. Most resolutions don't fail because we don't want better. No, they don't. They fail because we try to build new lives on the same foundations. Same habits, same boundaries, same distractions, even the same patterns. Just a new calendar. A resolution is often just a wish dressed up with good intentions. It's like buying a planner in January and expecting your life to magically organize itself, without changing how you actually spend your time or use your time. Or buying a gym membership, and I'm certainly guilty of the gym membership, and expecting your body to change without changing your habits. The planner isn't the problem. The gym membership, not the problem. It's your system. The system is the problem. So today we're not doing resolution culture. Not at all. We're not making promises we won't protect. We're not setting goals without structure. And we're definitely not shaming ourselves into change. This is a rerouting, permanent change, a realignment, a better way to live. And by the end of this workshop, you'll walk away with clarity around your purpose, a clear purpose statement, language for what's been blocking you, okay? A personal no list to protect your peace and your time, and a simple, realistic plan you can actually follow, a 90-day proof plan. So you stop starting over and start building forward. Not for January, not for motivation, but for life. So grab your worksheet, and if you haven't downloaded it, stop this video and go and download it. Grab your worksheet, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Oh yeah, and feel free to pause the video whenever you need to. This is a self-guided workshop, and you may need time to reflect on the questions and to prepare your answers. So feel free to stop the video whenever you need to. Now, seeds, I want you to hear this, okay? And I want you to hear this clearly. Purpose is not a destination. Purpose is a path. Most people say they want purpose, but what they really want is certainty. A safe bet. And life doesn't give certainty first. Life gives direction and it rewards movement. So today we're going to stop waiting on a feeling, stop waiting on that feeling and start building a system. Because motivation is cute. Oh, yeah, it's cute. But structure is loyal. Now let's start with your soil because purpose can't grow everywhere. I'd like you to open your worksheet to tool number 1, the seed audit. Okay? The goal here is to identify what supports your growth and what drains it because purpose grows where your life can sustain it. For example, let's say you play professional basketball. If you continue to miss practice due to life's distractions, you won't be able to grow in that. Okay? You won't be able to grow in your profession and therefore will be unable to sustain a professional basketball player level or career. Your purpose for being on that team becomes compromised and you lose your position. Don't get tricked out of position. Purpose grows where your life can sustain it, and some of us are trying to grow purpose in soil that's been poisoned by unmanaged boundaries and constant distractions, being emotionally drained, living in survival mode, and misalignment we keep calling normal. So answer these 5 questions and don't perform, just tell the truth. Question number 1. Where do you feel most alive? Not productive, alive. Okay? Question number 2. Where do you feel consistently drained? What leaks or is stealing your peace? Think about that. Reflect on that and write that down. Write your answer. And then question number 3. What keeps you or keeps repeating? Okay. What keeps repeating no matter what year it is? If the cycle survives the calendar shift, the calendar was never the problem. It was never the issue. Okay? So whatever that is, write that down. And then question number 4. What are you tolerating that is training you to live in misalignment? What you tolerate becomes your standard. You need to know that. Think about that, reflect on it, and write it down. And then question number 5. If your life stays the same for the next 12 months, what do you lose? Is it your time, your confidence, your health? Maybe it's your joy or even opportunities. Perhaps it's all of these. Whatever they are, write them down. Now, from the answers you wrote, from the 5 truth questions, circle or highlight the biggest truth you wrote. Remember, you don't need a new year. You don't need a new year. You need a new root. Okay, so we're doing new roots. Now that we see your soil, let's identify your purpose clues. So turn to tool number 2, purpose clues. Recognize patterns that point to your calling. See, your purpose isn't random. It's not. Your calling has been leaving receipts all along, pretty much all your life, okay? So we're going to look at 3 clues that are pointing you towards your purpose, okay? They include your burden, your gifts, and your live lesson or lessons. And I say lessons because there's usually a pattern. When you have a lived experience and you don't learn your lesson the first time, you'll repeat it again and again and again until you get it. So here are your purpose clue questions, okay? Clue number 1 is your burden. Question, what breaks your heart that other people ignore? What do you always care about even when you try not to? Think about that and write your answer. Clue number 2, your gift. What do people come to you for naturally? We're going to identify what your gift is. What do people come to you naturally? What do you do well that feels normal to you, but is powerful to others? And we all have gifts. We all have them. Write yours down. Clue number 3, your live lesson. Question: what did you survive that trained you? What did you have to learn the hard way that now lives in your wisdom? What is that? Reflect on that thing and write it down. Now look at what you wrote and circle the strongest one right now. Circle the strongest one right now. Is it your burden? Is it your gift? Or is it your lived lesson? And seeds, here's a key truth I want you to take with you. And remind yourself as often as you need to, okay? Your pain is not your purpose. It's not. But your healing can become your assignment. You see, my lived lesson caused my burdens, and those burdens caused me to become resilient, using my gifts to help me heal. And that that's what fueled me. Okay? That's what fueled my purpose, which is to coach others into theirs. And once I began to align with this thing, I felt whole. I felt free. I felt filled with my purpose, excited about it. So with all that, I want you to know that your pain is not your purpose, but your healing can become your assignment. Okay? Now we have the clues. Next, we're going to protect these because purpose requires elimination. So turn to tool number 3, the no list. We're going to remove what blocks alignment. And seeds, every yes has a cost. And if you never decide what you're done with, life will decide for you. We're going to build a list of 4 no's. It's a category of no's, and it's going to contain 4 no's. Okay? No number 1, what numbs you? Okay? Is it doom scrolling, avoidance, not saying or doing something you know needs to be said or done, but you won't do it because you want to avoid criticism or judgment? Is it emotional eating or maybe overworking? Anything that helps you escape yourself. Compulsive shopping, that one was mine. But whatever your 3 are, and I want you to write 3, write them down. No number 2. No to what shrinks you. People, places, environments. Maybe dynamics where you feel you have to be smaller to be accepted. Whatever it is, write them down. We're making our no list, okay? No number 3. No to what steals time. Is it busy work? Overcommitting yourself to projects or people? Unpaid emotional labor. You're doing so much for people and you're not even getting paid for it. Maybe it's unproductive conversations like gossip. Ugh, that's a nasty one. But what's stealing your time? Write that down. And then no number 4, no to what dishonors your spirit. You see, anything that disconnects you from your truth, write it down. Just write it down. People pleasing. When you constantly prioritize keeping others comfortable, over being honest with yourself, you slowly lose, access to your own truth. You start saying yes when you really mean no, and you're shrinking your needs and editing yourself to avoid conflict, until you can't even hear your own voice. Maybe for some of you it's a chronic distraction, like endless, I call it doom scrolling, staying busy or filling every little quiet moment with noise because it keeps you from sitting with what you actually feel. You see, truth usually speaks in stillness, not chaos. And when you never pause, you stay disconnected from, what your inner wisdom is trying to tell you, okay, and what it's trying to say to you. Or maybe it's ignoring your body's signals. Your body tells the truth before your mouth does. You get the tightness in your chest, your shoulders, fatigue, anxiety, heaviness, constant stress. These are often signals of misalignment. When you override these signals and push through, not listening to your body, you disconnect from the truth. Your body has already been trying to identify what this is, and you're disconnecting from that. This is dishonoring your spirit. In real talk, anything that trains you to disconnect from your body, not listening to yourself, numb you, eventually disconnects you from your real truth. It disconnects you from your truth. Now, you have your no's. Now choose 3 of the top no's for 2026. What are you going to say no to for 2026? These are your boundaries and these are your standards. So be clear about them. Purpose doesn't need pressure, it needs protection. So now you have your no's. Now we can name what you're saying yes to, okay? Yes to clearly. So turn to tool number 4, your purpose statement. We're going to put purpose into plain language, okay? So no fancy words needed. No fancy words needed. No perfect clarity needed. Not at first. We're going to create language for where you are right now. And I have a template here for you, and I just need you to fill in the blanks. The template says, I am called to help blank through blank so that blank. So write it messy, reflect on it, do it all however you want to do it. Just get that truth out there. Okay? And then now you're going to write a clean draft, more refined and confident, but still true. Still true. So go ahead, pause the video and clean that thing up. Get it nice and neat the way you want it. And now you're going to read it out loud. And I know this might feel uncomfortable, but it's necessary. And if it feels scary but right, that's usually a good sign. So go for it. Now, Seeds, if you've made it this far, I really want you to know that you're doing great. You're doing absolutely great. So don't worry, you're good. Now let's turn to our 90-day foolproof plan, okay? Turn to tool number 5, the 90-day proof plan. We're going to create consistent action here with a scheduled first step, okay? And Seeds, we're not doing a 12-month fantasy. We're doing a 90-day focus. And let me say this. Choosing one purpose lane for the next 90 days doesn't mean you're ignoring everything else. It means you're choosing focus over fragmentation. One lane, one direction, one consistent expression of your purpose. So I'll give you a basic example of this, and then we'll go over all the steps for you to create your plan. So let's just say your lane is the structure and discipline lane. This lane is for people who are inspired but inconsistent, just can't keep it in the road, so to speak. So you would say, my purpose lane for the next 90 days is consistency, not intensity. Your 90-day focus would be systems, habits, and follow through. Okay? And some of the actions may include creating a weekly schedule that supports purpose, your purpose, blocking time for consistent activities, okay? And cleaning up distractions and time leaks. That's huge. You got to stop letting these things steal your time. So let's get started. Step number one, choose your one lane. What's your one purpose lane for the next 90 days? Pause the video, reflect on that, and write that down. Step number two, smallest expression. What's the smallest consistent action that proves you're serious? Is it a weekly live, a blog post, a class outline, a portfolio, a certification step, okay, a daily practice? Mine was getting the first video recorded and posting it. That was huge. I was scared to death, but I did it. And I've been doing it ever since. Whatever yours is, write it down. And then step number three, consistency plan. How many days a week and for how long? And be realistic. Consistent beats intense, okay? So how long and how many days? How many days and how long? You need to get that started. You need to carve out some time to make sure that you are doing what you need to do to align with your purpose. And then step number four, we're going to learn and build. So what skill or system do you need? Who or what can teach you? Again, is it a class, a certification needed? Hey, maybe it's your friend who knows how to do this thing that you're wanting to do and they have a lot of insight. Whatever it is, write it down. And then step number five, you're going to release. What's most in the way? What are you releasing? You have to get things out of your way, people, places, environments, whatever it is that's keeping you from aligning with your purpose, it has to go. Write it down. And then step number six, accountability. Who or what will hold you accountable? Is it a person, a community, a calendar, a deadline? We're going to talk about that next. I'm going to hold you accountable for one of those people, so you can put me down. I'm holding you accountable. All right? And the next step is in the next 72 hours, you're going to do an action. Write your first action towards that thing and then schedule it for the next 72 hours. It has to get done within the next 72 hours. So put that on your schedule. Remember, your purpose doesn't need permission, okay? It needs movement, forward movement. And that's what we're here to help you with today. So put that down. Schedule that within that 72 hours and make it happen. Now, seeds, fear is showing up. Fear, if it's showing up, let me normalize that. Fear always has a logical argument. It always has and it always will. But fear is not a leader, it's a passenger. So we're not waiting for fear to leave. We're just stopping it from driving. And let me just give you an affirmation for this, okay? And repeat after me and repeat these as often as you need to. I don't need resolution, I need alignment. I don't need a new year, I need a new route. I don't chase purpose, I live life on purpose. See, I want you to know that you did something really powerful today. You didn't just get inspired, you got structured. And here's your next step. Keep your worksheet somewhere visible. Complete your first action step within the next 72 hours. That's big. And then revisit this workshop as often as possible until it becomes a lifestyle. Now, I know from experience that inspiration fades, but structure lasts. And if you're feeling clear after, this workshop, but you're maybe wondering how to actually stay consistent, well, I've created something to support you. It's called the 90-Day Proof Plan Playbook. Now, this isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right thing consistently for the next 90 days. Perhaps some of you need help staying consistent, or maybe you need support applying, your purpose plan to your real life, your real schedule, because some of us are very busy. Or maybe it's clarity. or staying inspired? If so, then this may be for you. The playbook guides you step by step through choosing a purposeful lane, setting realistic actions, protecting your boundaries, and building a structure you can actually maintain without pressure or burden. If you're ready to stop restarting and start building forward, this is your next step. So don't wait, download it now. And remember this, a better way isn't a slogan, it's a choice. It's a decision you make. It's your decision. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Share this with someone who wants to reboot, not a reboot of the same old same. Now go and water what's real.